In today's video, I am going to be breaking down how you can make getting a double-double in basketball super easy. So it took me about until grade 12 to really figure out the math behind this, which is odd, but however, anyways, what is the math behind getting a double-double? Is it easy, super easy, or is it something that you really have to work for? Well, first off, the scoring part is actually quite simple. Obviously, if you're a starter, this makes it super easy. You should be able to get more than 10 points in a game if you're a starter. All that really consists of is either 5 layups, which should be pretty easy considering, or 4 threes. That is the easiest part, is the scoring. And why I say that is because when you start breaking it down per quarter, all you really need in each quarter, so let's say your quarters are 8 minutes long, which is the average when it comes to school, you're only looking at 1 basket every single quarter. Can you hit a layup and can you hit a 3 every single quarter? One or the other, it doesn't really matter. Can you make 1 shot every single quarter that you're in? The answer should be yes. Now, a very easy way to actually score a lot of points is to really mess with the other team's head. And this is what I'm talking about. If you're a guard, what you can do is just simply drive to the rim and make that layup. And if you don't make that layup, just make sure that you get fouled, because then you're shooting free throws, which is essentially 2 free points, and hopefully I make that shot. And right there, right off the bat, you get 2, maybe 3 points if you get an and 1. Now, on top of that, now if you drive to the rim maybe 1, 2, or 3 times, and you should really only have to take 1 dribble to get to the rim from the 3-point line if you're over the age of 12, then this should be super easy. However, when you start driving to the rim, what are 2 things that will normally happen? Obviously, teams and players don't want you getting free layups in and-one situations at the rim. So they're either going to loosen up the defense from you, they're going to be taking 1, maybe 2 big steps away from you to try and egg you to shoot because, of course, you've been driving all game, or the team is going to switch into what's called a 2-3 zone defense. And in a 2-3 zone defense, that whole main goal is to keep you out of the key. And when that happens, guess what? If you can find openings on the 3-point line, whether it's a man-to-man defense and they're sagging off of you, you can now take that shot and you'll have an open shot, just as long as you have it quick enough so that your defender doesn't block your shot. So now let's say you're playing off ball, your point guard passes you the ball at the perimeter, you turn and you notice that you have no players guarding you, or maybe they're playing a bit farther off of you because they're afraid of you driving. Well, now you can get it, 1 dribble, fake drive, create that space even more, and then pull back for a shot. Now, this is why I say that shooting threes and your ability to shoot is really important. So there you go, that's 5 points right there. And you may not even be out of the first quarter yet, and you already have half of your points for your double-double. And if you're a low post player, so if you're not a guard, if you're a center, you should be able to get at least 5 touches in a game where you can score in the low post. If you can't, then maybe you can expand your game to the high post, or you can expand your game to the 3-point line and learn how to shoot threes. And hopefully your team is like a regular team these days that's running a 4-out or a 5-out, and then you're getting more options to score. And of course, the second part of a double-double is getting 10 of something else, whether that be rebounds, assists, those are kind of the 2 easier options, or blocks or steals. Of course, blocks and steals are much harder to get, and believe me, if you get a double-double with blocks and steals, and you do that consistently, believe me, you'll be easily in college ball, no doubt about it. But next is rebounds. Of course, rebounds to me was always the easier option. The main reason for that is because now you just have to get 10 rebounds. That doesn't need any assistance from your team members. You don't need to pass that ball and hope to God that your teammate is going to make that shot. You know how many passes I've made where my teammates have missed shots and I'm like, man, that was an open 3, you had nobody around you, how did you miss that? You don't have to rely on others to get a double-double with rebounds. Plus, there's that saying with Kawhi Leonard that board man gets paid. That's the truth. It's really the truth. Because the reason why I say that is because I make highlight tapes for players, and a player from Atlanta a few years ago basically scored 1 basket a game, got over 20 rebounds a game, and got a full ride scholarship because he could rebound. So if you can rebound, you're going to be one heck of a player. And really, to be honest with you, it's 2.5 rebounds a quarter. So can you get 3 rebounds every single time you're on the court? Whether it be defensive or offensive rebounds, can you get 3 rebounds? If you're a big man, that should be easy. You should be able to gobble up at least 2 to 3 rebounds every single time you're on the court. Think about it. You're close to the net. The other team misses, you get that rebound. You can also play the mind game. You can figure out how to rebound, which means if the shot comes from that side, get to the opposite side. There's a high percentage chance that that's going to hit the rim and bounce off because momentum is taking it this way. So you get to the other side of the court. Simple stuff like that is going to help you rebound. Now, continuing on with the whole big man idea, what is some way that a big man can get a double-double with assists? Well, it's actually not that hard, to be honest with you. If you can be a big man that cuts to the high post and can get that ball at the high post, you pivot, obviously looking to score yourself, but if you can also pivot and look for players who are cutting baseline, maybe talk to your teammates and say, hey, if I've got the ball in the high post against a zone, friggin' cut baseline, you're going to be wide open. I'm going to be pulling up that middle defender, especially from the weak side over there. If you cut, I'm going to hit you with that pass. You're going to get an easy layup, and that's an easy 2 points for you, and it's an easy assist for me. I don't need to rely on you shooting 30% from 3. I can rely on you shooting 70% as a layup. Now, if you're a guard, obviously you're going to be the one calling plays. So like horns 2, and you'll maybe get a screen coming up, and now you'll have a screen and roll. You'll hit that rolling player, you'll be all set. But of course, those are plays that are drawn up so that you can get assists and so that your team can score. However, what happens if, let's say, your man rolls and he's covered, you can't get that ball to him, maybe you had the hedge man come out and you've switched? Well, guess what? Another way you can get an assist is by driving to the rim, taking your man one-on-one. If you draw a double team, so if you're driving and you draw a double team, kick this ball out, you'll get yourself an assist. Every time there's a double team, you should be able to find an open man. Also, what happens is, let's say you're playing against a 2-3 zone defense. Well, guess what? The easiest areas to score and to get assists is to attack the paint. How are you going to do that against a zone? By attacking the gaps. You have 2 men up top in a 2-3 zone. By attacking the middle, you're going to have the wing players wide open. If you attack between the corner defender and the wing, and you attack here, well, guess what? Now the point's open, now the corner's open. You've collapsed those 2 players. Get what I'm saying? Always try to attack the gaps against the zone. You can kick that ball out because you just had a double team, and you'll get yourself easy points. You'll also get yourself easy assists as well. Anyways, I hope that this video has helped you get more double-doubles in basketball. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.